Hello guys, welcome back onto the Dutch couch. Pep Guardiola, is he the best manager of all time? Not in a million years, in my opinion. I mean, he's not coached at anything other than a club that he's walked into that's already stacked with world-class players and got huge transfer budgets. Until he's done that, I don't think you can talk about him in that sort of category. I mean, I'm looking at this Rodri situation. This is a big one for me. It opens my eyes up a little bit. It makes me think outside the box. I mean, he's lost this one player. Fair play, he's the Ballon d'Or winner, right? But he's got a squad full of absolute world-class talent at his disposal. But he can't find the resolution that when this one player's missing, his team go from one of the best on the planet to absolutely bang average. Now, if you're being mentioned as the best manager of all time, you don't miss one player that much, surely. Something's not right there for me. I mean, I would say in his defence, I'm not slating him at all. I think he's a brilliant coach. That's what I'd say. He's a great coach, and a coach is different to a manager. On a daily basis, he's dealing with massive egos in that squad of world-class talent we spoke about. I mean, he's under constant scrutiny, and the expectancy at that club, and every club he's been at, in fact, must be massive with all this behind them. They're expected to win everything. So that must be hard to deal with, and a constant pressure. I mean, but I talk about the clubs he's been at. I mean, he went into Barcelona. He got very lucky at Barcelona in respect that La Masia, with all those young players, supplied him with such world-class talent at his disposal as soon as he walked in the door. I mean, he had a squad stacked. Absolutely Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Piqué, Puyol, Thierry Henry, Dani Alves, Yaya Toure. He had those players at his disposal as soon as he's walked in there. And a budget. I know he had a great playing style there, and he really implemented his total football there. And I think that side that beat Man United at Wembley in the Champions League final, that's probably one of the best club sides I've ever watched. They were incredible. And a lot of that's down to, obviously, Pep. But he had a great education there at Barcelona. He was mentored by the great Johan Cruyff, who passed on a lot with the style of total football and stuff to him. So, but he was like a sponge. He took it all in and he implemented it brilliantly. At Bayern, he's walked in there. He's got Neuer, he's got Arjen Robben, he's got Frank Ribery, he's got Thomas Müller, Philipp Lahm, he's got Toni Kroos at his disposal. And let's get it right, at Bayern Munich, you have to win. It's simple as that. You're expected to win everything in the Bundesliga. He didn't win the Champions League there. So that's something he'll probably look back and think, that's something that'll probably play on his mind, I reckon, for the rest of his career, maybe. At City, I mean, first season he didn't win anything at City, I'm led to believe. But he's walked in there and he's got sort of Vincent Kompany, Fernandinho, Ilkay Gundogan. He's got Kevin De Bruyne. He's got David Silva. He's got Sergio Aguero. So at City, stacked with world-class talent again. There's no average squads that he's walked into and had to really build himself from scratch. I would love to see him in that situation, to see if he was capable of doing that and implementing his style of play. But I don't care how many trophies this guy wins, until he has coached in a different situation than this. A lot of other managers' achievements will totally eclipse him, in my opinion. I mean, one of them will be, obviously, Sir Alex Ferguson, an obvious one for me. For me, the greatest of all time. I mean, before he even went to Man United, he's in Scotland at Little Aberdeen. He's broke the stronghold of the Old Firm. How hard is that to do in Scotland? The Old Firm are literally the only two teams up there, everyone thinks. He took this Aberdeen side to 3 league titles. He won 4 Scottish Cups there. This is a big one for me. He won the European Cup Winners' Cup, with little old Aberdeen. Genius. That eclipses anything. Just that, in my opinion. And that's before you go to Man United and you win 38 trophies. 38. I mean, 13 Premier League titles. That includes 2 European Cups. I'll call it European Cups. I hate this Champions League. It's rubbish. It's the European Cup, I'm going to always call it, amongst all the other silverware he's won. But what's important here for me is not just the silverware, it's the way he's done it. Oh, longevity. This is massive for me. Longevity. But he's constantly won trophies. Players have got to the end of his career, these squads. He's constantly built new teams. For me, Pep hasn't done that. Pep hasn't been in a club long enough where we've had to continuously build teams. The greatest managers for me build teams again from scratch. Fergie done that numerous times, and that's why he will always stand head and shoulders above this guy for me. I mean, I'm looking at Brian Clough, another one whose achievements for me eclipse Pep. Different times, I know. But if you look at it this way, I mean, Brian Clough, he went to Nottingham Forest. They were sitting, I think it was 13th in the second tier, which would be the Championship now. Took them up to the top division. Most teams would just consolidate, wouldn't they? Not Brian Clough's team. They went up to the top division. They won the league the first year. So this would be like a mid-table Championship team now, going up to the Premier League next season, winning it first season. Incredible. Didn't rest on his laurels though. 2 or 3 years later, they had won 2 successive European Cups. You know it as the Champions League now. That's unprecedented, and it's absolutely incredible. And what's incredible about this weren't full of massive, big money signings all over the squad. He made a couple of big ones, obviously, but most of these were journeyman players that you brought in. And before that, even more, well, almost as impressive, he'd taken another unfancied team, Derby County, from the second tier into the top division and also won the league. Pep could never achieve that, in my opinion. In this modern day, I think it would be a bit hard with the finances anyway of so many clubs. I don't think Pep would even manage at that level to start with. He's never managed at a low level. I mean, Clough was in, I think he went to Division 4 when he managed. I think it was Brighton or Hartlepool he managed as well. Incredible. The other manager I'm thinking of, Bob Paisley at Liverpool. I mean, another one, he's won 6 league titles, 3 European Cups with Liverpool. What's most impressive for me, again, these are managers, right? He's won these European Cups solely, basically, with local players, homegrown young players, British players. Makes it all the more impressive for me, these managers. These managers didn't have these funds available, didn't have these 30 plus squad players behind them. They literally had a squad of 11, they literally had a squad of about 13, 14 players in all. It's incredible the achievements of these compared to these managers now. But these managers now are being touted as the best of all time. No, not at all. The best managers for me are the managers that win things without huge resources. And the best managers for me also are the managers that their own successes, it doesn't have to be trophies. I mean, you can come through the managers, say Wimbledon, when they've come from the 4th division right to the top division. For me, them sort of achievements eclipse anything that Pep Guardiola's ever achieved. I'd love to see him at a lower club. I really would, because I'd love to see just how good he is. As a coach, like I say, a coach and a manager is a totally different job. And I think people get mistaken by that. He can be one of the best coaches of all time, but he's nowhere near one of the best managers of all time, in my opinion. I don't think he's got, compared to these guys in particular, I don't think he's got the personality. I don't think he's got the aura about him like these guys. The character, personality and aura is massive. These guys stand alone. The best stand alone, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, a lot of the younger people, younger watchers, are only going to think Pep and that site. If you have a little look on YouTube or what have you, read up about these guys. These are real achievements, in my opinion. Massive achievements that will stand a test of time. As I said before, will always eclipse this for me. But yeah, thanks for watching and Happy New Year. Have a good one.